Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Uh, this episode we have the Fast and Furious 1970 Dodge Charger. We're continuing. This is package 5 and I get 10 stagers with my Fast and Furious subscription. So we got stages 33 through 42. This one is going to be very detailed oriented. There's a lot of little pieces in this subscription. Or I should say this month's box. A quick look at what we got. So we're continuing on with the exhausts. Then we have the muffler to do. See here. 35, we have some, looks like some leaf springs that go on. We're going to put together. In case you guys haven't realized it by now, this ain't no just molded piece of plastic that you just snap together. This is a miniature version if you were putting the thing together yourself, real life. Here we have the rear drive shaft and axle, and the differential. So as you can see, tons of parts and pieces to make it as realistic as possible of a real car in miniature form. Then we have a wheel and brake assembly. $38. More leaf springs and components for the underside. Times 2. I guess one's for the left, one's for the right. And then we have all your connecting hardware to attach the leaf spring to the frame. You can see the U bolts, springs, and then last but not least we got 41 and 42, which brings us to the final. Well, the most important thing about this month's build is getting the vehicle on all 4 shoes, all 4 tires, all 4 wheels. So we have 2 more wheel assemblies. And after we're done with this month's subscription, the 1970 Dodge Charger, like I said, will be on all 4 wheels. You see, there's a lot to do on this subscription. A lot. So let me get ready and we'll start building. Alright, so stage 33, we're starting on the exhaust pipes. We're going to take this half of one of the pipes and we're going to install a mounting bracket to it right down here. It only fits on one way. And it's got like a groove for it to fit inside the pipe there. I mean, get some screws ready. Let me secure it with AP screws. Stick that in there. These chrome pieces are like pretty slippery. What if I do like this? Get that in there. Okay, let's regroup. We'll get this on here. That's not very magnetic. Okay, this is a little tricky. Like I said, all these chrome pieces are super slippery. Makes me think I want to get some like Vaseline or something tacky to hold stuff in place. Alright, got that started. Okay, then back here we have another mounting bracket, and we have the tailpipe itself. Secure a tailpipe with an EP screw, a little smaller one. Let's do that one first. Super small. I just had steady hands. Would be a problem. There we go. Just snug them up. Now another AP screw to connect the mount bracket. Let's see what hole going in this hole. Make sure you have a position right. Let's see if I could do this. A little bit tricky. Need some steady hands when you're doing some of this stuff. Let's run it all the way down. Alrighty. So that's 33A, and we're going to top it off with a 33B. Let's see here. Probably going to be this one. Yes, this one. The other one was not shaped the same way. And we got to connect these with 4 AP screws. Let's get these going. Okay, here's the last screw. So there's 4 AP screws that hold the 2 halves together of the exhaust pipe. And you're left with exhaust pipe that has 2 mounting brackets. And then a post right here, which looks like it mounts to something. And then your exhaust pipe right here. Okay, now let's get started on the other side. We're going to need the 2 mounting brackets and the exhaust pipe. Okay, I got the 2 mount brackets and just finishing up this exhaust tailpipe tip. Okay, now we're going to connect the 2 halves. Okay, I'm going to use 4 AP screws. We'll start here. We'll start right here. We'll just go in line. Okay. This is number 4. Let's just go around and do a final torque on everything. Don't over tighten. You're going metal into plastic. So just take it easy. Just kind of snug them up. And that completes stage 33. I think we install these under the car. one of the future stages. All right, welcome back. Stage 34. Forgot to mention, don't forget to go through your magazines provided. A lot of content about fast cars and about the movie. Yeah, we got the Dodge Daytona, some action scenes. We have the first generation Dodge Viper they talk about a little bit. And then we get into our build, stage 34. So yeah, in this episode, in previous issue, we did this portion of the exhaust. And we are going to connect what we just completed in this issue with the exhaust pipes we did last issue. And we connect them by connecting some mufflers together here. I'm just okay, so we get the central section exhaust pipe from the previous issue, and we're going to get our screws ready. A lot of AP screws in this build, in this section. And then we also got CM screws. They'll probably come later on. Start getting those ready. Let me get our screwdriver. This fits over right here. Screw it down. A little bit of a torque needed. Let's check it out. This one is a size 0. This is a little bit smaller. So I like using this because it has a good magnetic tip and it holds stronger. But then use this one, which grips better, and it tightens down real good. So now we're going to take this piece, it goes on right here. Or it could be this one. No. Let's see here. Which one is which? Yeah, this looks right. Let's get this one going. All right, and then we put our exhaust on the bottom piece, like that, and we screw it down with a couple more AP screws. Okay, that's 1 and 2. So there we have it. So now let's do the other side. That was the left side. So when it's in the car, it's going to be like this. But while I'm working on it, it's going to be like this. So the part where you don't see any protruding screws is going to be facing down. So when you lift the car up, look under it, you don't see these screws. But for the purposes of this video, and for assembly only, you have to do it this way that they're asking you to do. Oops. Gotta have your screws ready. Come on. Get in there. Looking good, looking good. Let's torque it up. Very delicate working with all this plastic. You gotta be real gentle. Once it's installed, you'll be all right, but just getting there is a little nerve-wracking at times. You just don't want to break anything. So now we do the rear exhaust. Line it up with the hole. Get that going. Okay, and now this bad boy. Okay, let's do a final torque here on all of them. Okay, now that we have the exhaust together, let me make a little bit of room here. And we are going to get the chassis. And we're going to have it upside down on our table. And we're going to join all of this. Oh, this is pretty crazy. So the exhaust fits in this way, but it is screwed down through the top. So now we have all these posts that we have to line up with these holes. Ever so gently, you get them lined up. Good thing there's a flexibility into this plastic, or else, you know, it might break. So I'm going to pull out my magnifiers and make sure that I am lined up. Now once I am lined up, I got to flip it over and start securing it. Alright, all, I just kind of figured out a little trick into getting all these screws in from the underside. What you want to do is make sure that the posts are at least sitting in the holes of their respective holes. Okay. And then just rotate onto the side and then screw in and capture the post. Just like that. Are you seeing that? So just tilt it and then capture it. And then when we do the other pipe, we're gonna flip the vehicle 180 and roll it up on its other side. So I got that one started, and then I have one more started. Where are you? Yep, right here. Okay, that one I tightened down. Okay, and then you roll it back, see where you got to go next. Okay, right here is another stud. It's going to be this hole here. You really can't see it. Okay, and hold the pipe, wiggle it around till you get it grabs on. Okay, and the last one on this side is right here. You could feel it starting, and you don't really need to look at it. It's just something you'll learn as you use tools more and more. You can feel it grabbing. Let's do a final torque down. Okay, so now, like I said, we flip it around. And we are going to get our screw ready. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws to put in. And so now we are going to roll it and connect. It's right here. Follow it. That's right there. I'll knock these out and be right back. Okay, so there you have it. We got our whole exhaust pipe in on the underside of the charger, from the manifold to the mufflers and out to the exhaust. And you can see those posts here where they all mounted. And like I said, all you had to do is you get it. Once you put it inside the manifold, it kind of like stays in place. And then it stays in place more by taking the post and sticking these in these half holes. And that kind of holds it in place. And then I said you roll it and then screw it in from the bottom instead of trying to flip it completely over and trying to maneuver it. No. So let me get on to the next step. Right back. Okay, all. We're up to stage 35, and we are going to be working on the drive shaft. Drive shaft consists of 2 pieces. They are metal, and we start off with this shaft, and we just place them one on top of the other, just like that. Let's flip it around. Make sure your lines line up. Okay. And we're going to be securing this with CM screws. We got some CM screws last issue. There were some pieces we did not use yet, and that was this piece and another brake hose line, and we haven't gotten to that yet. So let's screw this all in. Get a few more CM screws. And then at the ends of the dry shaft, we have these two tabs here and here, and those two tabs we're going to attach the couplings to. As you can see, our two couplings. Now there are a difference in the tabs here. The ones that are closer together, you're going to install this small tab coupling, to the tabs that are closer together. You can see this is further apart than this one. So we are going to connect this, and we're going to use once you have the coupling in, you're going to secure it with one of these long GM screws. Make sure your holes are aligned. Let's just, instead of doing that, let's go ahead and make sure everything's lined up first. That in there, get it going. Might have to screw it. It's not just going to fall in. It's pretty tight, and you have to manipulate it to line it up. And you can feel it coming out the other side. Alright, so that's all for stage 35. We're going to continue with this in the next issues, because now we have to get the differential together. Okay. Actually, when I flip the page, we have a second coupling, and it doesn't use one of the long screws. It uses two shorter screws, one on each side. So let's get that started. Okay. Now we'll do the other side. CM screw. That way, once they're started, you can torque them down using some leverage until it stops, till it bottoms out right there. There. Now we are done. This is the finished product, and this gets connected to the next couple issues. It gets connected to the engine, and then the differential. Let me get that set up for you. Alright, stage 36, we have the rear axle and rear differential. Take the rear axle and we set it like this. I think it might be identical, might not be. Okay, it's going to be like this. Then we take the rear differential forward piece, which goes where it connects to the drive shaft. It gets stuck in these holes here, just like that. That'd be really cool if they had little gears in here, huh? That'd be cool. This is all metal and it's got some weight to it, which that's why I like this. Okay, and then we attach the cover. This cover is plastic, this is metal, and it gets secured with a couple of KM screws. So let's do that. Get it started. The other side started. What's the weather like where you were at? I could hear like the wind picking up here. It's gotten cloudy and it looks like it might rain. Okay, so that takes care of the rear axle. Now the next step is to get the chassis, turn the chassis upside down on my work surface. And we're going to have to install this brake line. So I am going to review how it's going to get done, and then I will come back and show you what I did. Okay? Be right back. Okay, getting this brake line in right here, up in here. It's a bit tricky. I finally got it. No need for you to like wait for hours trying to see how I did that. But just got to use some really good tweezers. You connect it to a manifold down in there. Then you very gently run the brake line to the back. It's not going to be completely installed today. So you run it through this bracket here. Oh, come on. Run through the bracket. I guess later on we'll make sure it's straight and uncurved. Then you secure this bracket down here. Couple of CM screws. Get that knocked out, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Stage 36. Where I think we'll be installing the drive shaft, differential, and the axle. Then we're going to get into the leaf springs. So we're going to be working underneath this engine for, underneath the chassis for a while. Okay, then we just tuck this out of the way. We'll install it at a later time. Alright, 37, we're going to be assembling brake discs, wheel hubs, and calipers to go on the rear axle. So we have our brake discs. Insert these in here. Then you take a wheel hub and you install it, I guess like so. Okay, we gotta line this up right. Right, we get a couple of PM screws. Secure this. Oh, come on. That's right. That one's not, I gotta remagnetize that one. Get them started. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, this package 5 with these 10 stages, pretty tedious. That's what makes this more detail oriented, going through all these little things, and it's not just a generalized model that you glue together or snap together. It's pretty detailed. I had the same issue on the front wheel hubs. Like, got a lot of play in here. I'm gonna try and fix that.